always thought of Intel as a company that puts PCs together, the key part of PC, and I know PCs aren't doing that well, but that's really not the story anymore. It is the agentics that you mentioned earlier. Can you explain how much of a data center was, say, what you were doing versus the GPUs of Jensen, and how that's changing? The mix is going your way.
Yeah, so a couple of things. First of all, our main business is the PC client that you know very well, the Intel Inside. And so I think clearly that part is still a very important for us. And in fact, agentic AI is more moved into the edge and in the on-premise, on the laptop and PC. So that play really strong to me. And we have a big lion's share of that. And then the other part, we just announced the Panther Lake. And that's something that is really designed well. And the power in terms of the PC can last longer hours and the performance very well. At CES, we launched that. And then we have 200 design win. And so it's really good product. We're catching up and actually better products now. And the next we move on is the data center and AI. And the data center, right now, in the past, we make a lot of mistake. And now we correct that mistake. And we simplify the roadmap. By the way, from day one, I came on board as a CEO. I have all the engineering report to me. So in a way, I understanding, hear the customer, where are the mistakes.
They didn't report to the previous CEO?
No. And so in a way, they have too many silo, too many people, leaders reporting. And even though come to the CEO, but they're not paying attention to it. So I decided the best thing is to really understanding where the problem is so that I can focus on the engineering, how to redesign, simplify the product, and then get the real killer product come out.
Is that why Google has chosen you as a critical partner?
Yes, and then Google is a very important, there's a winner. I always have the belief, work with the winner. And then so it's really supporting the winner to be even more successful and be partner with them. That's my trademark. I always want to delight the customer. I pick customer partners so that we can work and helping us and helping them to be successful. Is a win-win situation on that. So some humility and listening is very important skill to have as a leader. And then the other part on back to the data center is something that we used to have a leadership in that.
Right.
And over the years we lost it. And then we make some big mistake like multi-threading and we lost it. And so I try now how to bring that back, bring the talent back, and refocus a product like Coral Rapid will be the multi-threading and will come out very strong. So I think we are working on that. And the other part is very beneficial for me is I had the advanced packaging and also the foundry that we can bring that together.
I wanted to talk about advanced packaging was your bailiwick. That was not really a factor for Intel, but on your last call, your excellent CFO, Mr. Zinsner, he was talking about how it's going to be, it could be billions. It was supposed to be hundreds of millions. This was shocking to people.
Yes, and in fact, our technology is called EMIB-T. This is the next generation of advanced packaging. And that we have really the best technology. And now we try to make sure that we can bring it into a volume production with reliable yield so the customer can count on us. And in fact, the couple of customers even prepay some of the subscript for me. And because right now, subscript has become a very tight supply chain. So I need to put money to secure the memory, this material. And then right now, the customer support me to pay some of the advance. That means show that commitment to me. So that means that's very exciting. And also, I think, core watts and then the technology and the capacity, they run out capacity. So in a way, we become a unique position to support that. And I think that's something that we are very excited.
Forward thinking. Now, let's talk foundry. This is something I'm concerned about. You've got the balance sheet in the right place, but this is a very expensive business. And when you have customers beside yourself, so I know that's important for the supply chain in the United States.
Yeah, I think the foundry is very important. Actually, it's one of the key national treasure because 90+% of the most advanced processor is manufactured outside the country.
Right.
So I think it's important to bring some of them back. And then when I took over, the 18A, the yield is not good. And I had to ask some of the ecosystem partners to help me to look at the data, how to improve. The industry standard, the best practice is to see 7 or 8% yield improvement per month. and now I'm seeing it. And then the other part is supposed to be at the yield performance defect density, at the end of the year to see that particular target. And now I was so happy. Now I see that before even the end of the year. So that is a very big encouragement for me. And also that's why Panther Lake we can ship in volume now. And then now some of the customers starting to knock on my door, say, Lip-Bu, now we hear that you're making great progress. Can you also open up for outside customer to do that?
Oh, that's what you want.
And that is very exciting.
But the old Intel, the yield was, they almost threw away nothing. Maybe the first couple of months, but people have to realize yield is your specialty too. That's how you get the gross margins up.
It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of teamwork, a lot of talents I brought on board to help. And then the other part is also very important. In order to serve outside customer, you need to have the right IP to support them. And so, like for example, if you are in the mobile related products, you need to have the low power IP. Without that, you cannot serve them. So it's a service business. You need to build the trust with the customer. You have all the right IP. You have all the right yield and defect sensitivity and cycle time. So that this is a lot of responsibility. If they're going to count on the revenue depend on your wafer, you got to have that yield performance. Is a big commitment from us to serve them.
Right.
So something that I take it very serious. I want to build the trust with the customer. And good news, some of the customer, they know me from Cadence State. So they know they can trust me. And I work really hard to meet that. And then the other part, the most advanced is 14A. This is 1.4 nanometer. This is the most advanced. And then to be candid with you, 2028 we will have risk production. 2029 will be volume production.
Oh,
it will be the same time as TSMC. So that is a major breakthrough. And so I'm excited. And we already have multiple customers engaged with us. We have 0.5 PDK available.
I did not know this.
Yes.
I did not know that you have multiple customers all set.
Well, working with us.
Well, this is good. I know you are great friends with Taiwan 7, with the brilliant people who run it. But do you think the government is right to be able to be concerned and have a supply chain in the United States just because of all the stuff they were talking about last week in China and Taiwan and Taiwan's independence? It's a very convoluted situation. So you share the idea that the United States should be making things here?
Yes, and in fact, I was very grateful that President Trump and Harvard NACDEC Commerce Secretary understanding the strategic importance for the United States to have that, and they approach me and support me. That is valuable to me, and then because this is an infrastructure build-up, and it's so critical for the country to have the technology, R&D development, manufacturing in the United States, and that's why the main reason I came back in as a U.S. citizen to do this calling to do that, and we're looking forward to serve them.
Now, do you keep the president up on how things are going?
Yes.
You do?
From time to time, I update President Trump and also Howard Lutnick, and they are a big supporter of me, and so we are delighted to have them support me.
Now, the last quarter was quite a surprise because I think a lot of people don't realize all the things that are coming together. Now, you did say, though, you made it very clear that you expect double-digit decline in PCs. Can things happen fast enough in foundry, in data center, that we'll be able to overlook that decline?
Yeah, good question. So right now, as I mentioned earlier, CPU is highly demanded.
Right.
And that's a good part for me. I cannot even ship enough to the customer. And in fact, used to be CPU to GPU ratio for training is 1:8. And now, because of the inference and the agentic AI, and then and more agent that you have to manage, orchestration and reinforced learning, CPU actually better. So that becomes 1:4 and 1:1, and maybe some people even talk about 4:1.
Oh, well,
and so that's a huge opportunity for me to really drive the CPU requirement. And the other part, we also have the AI strategy coming up. We have a commitment partnership with SambaNova that I was earlier investor. And then now we are going together with the XPU from Intel and the SambaNova data flow architecture actually is driving better performance and lower power That is critical.
No.
So in that way, we can support the customer.
Do you have enough CPUs? Are you possibly able to meet all that demand? Because that would be monstrous how big that would be for you. You have it.
No, actually, you have to take step because overnight, give you one example. I have one customer said that we give you the forecast for this year, but we want to increase 3 times. And I said, I can't do it overnight. You give me a few quarters, I will catch up with that.
Okay.
So I think, this demand is not the short term, it's the next couple of years.
No,
So that's great opportunity.
You mentioned I know everybody likes you, and I know that it's difficult to talk about Apple, but I presume that you have a terrific relationship with them too, and they need you.
Yeah, first of all, in my personal the policy, I don't disclose about customer.
Understood.
And but you can draw the line, to look at the customer from Intel Day, from Cadence Day. Some of them they trust me, they want to work with me, and I think the other part is this is a journey, and back to my point, we have to build the yield up, the defect density up, and over time the IP will be ready so that we can serve some of these customers. So we are delighted. I think the best indication when you see I increase my capex, I putting money to buy equipment, that means that I have a real customer. That's the discipline I have.
I do want to touch on one thing because I know people will hear your success, but I know you're humble. And one of the reasons I think you're humble is because a sport you play, it might surprise people because you were very good at it.
So at high school and college, I play basketball team. And in fact, a period of time, I am a captain. And I play power forward.
Power forward.
Power forward. And so in Asia, I consider tall. So I play power forward, sometimes I play center. And as you know, when I took over in the high school, some of the team that I won, we are kind of last in the rank. And then when I finished high school and go to college, we are number 1. And then so it's a culture of team. You build a team. I'm good at under the net, and then but I need the 3-pointer shooter. So I had to find the partners that I can work together, and we work together as a team. You can pass the ball without even look at it, so your player going to be there to receive the ball.
So you're Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's my big fan, and I'm a big fan of him. And so how he changed the game, and I'm a Warrior big fan, and so in some way I play sport. So I recruit all the key talent. I think you noticed last few months, I recruit some of the real good leader. And now by end of June, I will have my team, I can consider my team, so that we can work on the next 5 years, 10 years, how to become a different company. And I call it the new Intel. A new culture is almost like work on the speed of light and then work on the team that we can really kind of progress forward. So it's a journey. So it's a beginning, and will take time to do that.
I think people now understand how this stock went from 20 to 100 and more, and it's just going to keep going. And I want to thank you, Lip-Bu Tan, Intel CEO, for your time, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.